Hi guys, okay, so this is going to be the first training video so you can carry out your user acceptance testing, and the very first one we're going to do is on the upload content to the placement expansion resource library. So I'm going to show you basically how we've built it, how it looks on the front end, which is the screen we're currently looking at the moment, and then obviously how you can look at that in the back end. So at the moment, obviously, we have the tutor details, your details on the left and the patient's details on the right. So I'll just fill in one of these. I've just done one, so I'm going to use my full name just so we can know the difference. I'll fill in my work details, organisation, optional, and we've got, I just noticed we actually got the wrong spelling of organisation there, so we'll update that. Summary, this is my summary. Some comments, and then we've got the patient details on the right hand side, so I'll make one up. Oh, first name is Joe, last name is Blogs. Let's make some date of birth, doesn't really matter, but we'll maybe make them born in 2006 on the 2nd. Date of the video recording, we can say that is today, or the 7th, not today, beg your pardon. Make up my phone number. Optional email, which is optional, so we don't need that. And organisation, I'll just put something in there. Right, so that's the form. And what happens is when you submit the form, it gives it a unique reference number, and a copy of the form is emailed to the user, to here. And also a copy of this form or a notification is sent to admin. So I'll press the upload button, which should give me a success message at the bottom. Yeah. Thank you for contacting us. We'll be in touch shortly. Now we can edit that message, obviously, that we put there. So if you do want some different text there, then please let us know. And then if we go over to the admin site, so what that's done is sent off 2 emails. And then in the admin area of the site, we've got this section called Forms. And within the section called Forms, we've got Tutor Uploads here. So if I click on that, we've got a couple of options. Basically what we want to do, we've got you end up on the settings for the form where you can see all of the fields that we're kind of using. But what we actually want to do at the top here, let's get rid of that message. At the top here, we've got entries. So entries are where all of the entries have been stored that are submitted. So the one that I've just done is the one that's called Alexander. And every time it does one, it gives it this unique reference number here that we can see. So it's given the form a unique reference number. Now, what we wanted to do, obviously, is be able to review the answers that someone's given. So if I click on this form here, I'll be able to see all of the different inputs that the users put through. So here's the actual form, what they filled in. First name for the patient, work email, surname, etc. So we've got all of the answers that they've got here. And then we've got the unique reference at the bottom that they should add to their Vimeo video. And then that can be used later on in the process, and we'll come back to that. So let's say that we've looked at all that. If we just think we're never going to use it, or it's not likely to be used, we can move it to trash. So we can just get rid of that if we want to. But if we go back to entries here, just so I can show you how that works. So we've read it. It's been marked as read, a bit like an email essentially. Now the way that we were thinking this would work is if you're never going to use it, you can move it to trash if it's not useful at all. But the ones that you think are useful, or the ones that you actually do go and convert into a resource, we've got this star functionality here as well. So if this one is lucky enough to make it through to the resource library, we can star it so that we can quite quickly see which ones that has made it through, maybe some that we're not sure on yet, and then any that we know that we're not going to use, we can put in the trash here. So at the top, what we can then quickly see is we've got all of them here, but we can see the ones that we need to read and review. The ones that we've starred, obviously, are the ones that have made it through to an actual knowledge page, and then the ones that are in the trash. So we thought that was a particularly good way of managing it. The other thing, obviously, this list is going to build up and up and up. So we've got, you can search through the list as it gets bigger and bigger and potentially a bit more not so easy just to see it in one go. So you can search for anything. So if you go down to unique ID here, and if I want to search for, let's say that going back to the request that we get asked to remove one or to find one, now I can use that number to tie up. So if I do a search for that unique ID, then that will just find that particular form. So hopefully that all works well in terms of the upload form. We just need to decide where we're going to place it. So we've got a direct link to it, which I'll share via the task, but we also need to decide where we're going to place it on the website as well to allow tutors to find it, or whether we just email them over a link to it. So I'll send this over to you. I'll also create you users so you can log into the admin area of the website. But please do give it a test, and can you let us know whether you think this is acceptable and is going to meet the requirement, or if any changes need to be made. Thanks very much.